Hello everyone, it is Jazz here. So basically once my eyeliner right here went from normal wing to like super crazy wing, I thought I guess it's time to do another vinyl book mashup, because if you're gonna have some rock and roll eyeliner, you should, talk about some vinyl. If you haven't watched my vinyl book mashups before yet, basically I pick 3 albums from my vinyl collection and I match them up with books based on whatever I think of when I think of this album or whatever comes to mind. And yes, that's basically the whole gist of it, and we will go on with the show. I'm extra weird today, just bear with me. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Led Zeppelin 3 today, and I'm going to match Led Zeppelin 3 with American Gods by Neil Gaiman, which I just started rereading yesterday because I realized that the TV series is coming out soon, and I remember very little of this book, so maybe I should reread it. Why am I matching these two? Well, partially because Zeppelin 3 contains the song Immigrant Song, and for some reason when I think Immigrant Song, I think American Gods, because Hammer of the Gods and other lyrics, certain sections of this book kind of make me think of that. But there are some other songs on this album that do sort of make me think of American Gods. Also, I will say that the album art on Led Zeppelin 3 is just as colorful and crazy as some of the crazy colorful characters in this book. So that's my match for this one. Woohoo! Great album, great book. The next album that we have here is the greatest hits of Joan Jett and the Black Hearts. And for some reason, when I think Joan Jett, I think Elizabeth Salander. So I'm gonna go ahead and match this album with the Millennium series by Stieg Larsson. I think Joan Jett, and I think tough woman who kicks butt, and she can really just go for it and go crazy and oppose authority, all that craziosity. And Elizabeth kind of does that too in the Millennium series. She's not gonna let life, which is crappy for Elizabeth, get her down, and she's just gonna kick butt and take names and all that crazy stuff. If you read these books, there's just a lot of opposing authority in there. I just can't help it. It just happens. I don't know why, but I just have to match this book to this album. The last album that I have to match up for you today is The Monkees. I feel like they have really catchy and just fancy free melodies, and it's all combined with a little bit of thought-provokingness in the underlyingness of their music. So I decided to try to think of a book that was kind of like that I hadn't matched up before, and after scanning for a really long time, I decided to match this album with a book called I Can't Keep My Own Secrets, 6-word memoirs by teens famous and obscure. So basically this is a book that was put out by Smith magazine, and they had teens write 6-word memoirs. So they had to just take 6 words and kind of put the story of their life into that 6 words. So it's actually a non-fiction book, which is kind of fun because I realized that I've just sort of matched up a semi-fictional band with a non-fiction book, but it works for me. When you see how the teens really put their thought into what their 6 words would be, you get such a story of what their life is sort of like, be it really sad or very positive or just kind of in between. And I did find the book a really simplistic, fun, easy read, but it also is sort of thought-provoking. Also, since back in the day the Monkees were pretty big with the teen audience, I thought this was also a pretty good fit for this. So that was my vinyl book mashup for this month. I hope you guys enjoyed this and enjoyed my matches. Yeah, that's it for today. I hope you have a happy day, and I will see you next week. Bye!